The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, welcome to the FlexMLS webinar reviewing the portal preferences section for the new portal in FlexMLS. What this video review will include are the settings that apply to the new portal and how they affect your FlexMLS account. So let's begin. To access your portal preferences, you click on Menu. Once your menu opens up, scroll down to the Preferences section and click on Portal Preferences. All right, so in this screen, you'll see your portal preferences set up into different buttons that are in this list here. So we'll start from the top. So the intro button, if you left click on it, that will open it up, contains a video for a brief overview of how the FlexMLS portal helps you collaborate with your clients. So if you'd like to take a couple minutes and watch that, feel free to do so. And then just to collapse that button back up, you just click on a little minus and it turns back into a plus. Next is the portal basics. So this is your portal URL. This is the URL that your customers will access when they log into their portal. Okay, so it begins with http://portal.flexmls.com/ and then whatever the username is here. Typically, the system will suggest a portal URL name for your portal. If this is something that you want to change, feel free to click your mouse in there and make the changes that you want, and then you can enable your portal. You can change this in the future. However, if you have customers that are already set up and using the portal and you change the portal URL, you'll have to resend out the portal URL with the new portal link, as that old one will no longer be available. So that can be a little bit of a pain. So just keep that in mind. All right. Going to close that. So the next button is My Listings. So this is basically saying when your customer goes to the login page to log into their portal, on that login page, did you want to show any listings that are in active status that you're the listing agent on? You have the option to do that. And you just turn it on by just sliding this little indicator. Close that. IDX lead generation, that's not turned on for our MLS. We use our own IDX. Next is the intro email. This is the canned message that goes out when you create or enable a portal account for a customer. So first you have this little option here. When creating new accounts, automatically send the invite. If that's green, then that means that's turned on. So when you enable a portal for a contact, this welcome email goes out by default. This is the subject line for your portal invite. You can tweak that to whatever you want it to be. This is just a suggestion, but if you'd like to use it, just keep that there. If you want to tweak it, just click your mouse in there and make the changes that you'd like. So this is the message that's going out with the portals now. Welcome to your personalized portal that we can use to work together. See what's on the market, save listings you're interested in, and more. Follow the link below to get started. Now you can change this if you like. You can make the font different font or different color. What you see below here is what I use when I'm doing training classes for the portal message. I like it because it's a little bit more detailed to let the customer know what exactly they can use with the portal. So here, and that's why I highlighted it yellow to differentiate it from what's up here. I've set up a customized website called a portal for you. Using the site, you can keep track of listings you like and dislike, send me messages, make private notes on listings, and share listings via email and public network sites. Follow the link below, enter your email address as your username, and create a password to begin using your portal. Once you are on the website, be sure to save the address as a favorite so you can easily visit again. Then I include a link with the portal URL in case they needed to copy and paste in a different browser to set it up. Okay, so this is the canned message that will go out. Whatever's in this box is going to go out. So I'll show you what that message looks like. So I'm just going to switch tabs here. So this is how it came into my inbox. A portal has been created for you, and it comes from me. So when I click on it, this is what it'll look like. So this is the one that comes standard with the FlexMLS account. This is the one that I customized with. So when they want to connect to that URL that you see right here, they're clicking connect and it will take them to this URL, your portal URL, not mine, but their portal URL. I just like to include that there just in case if they'd like to have it. All right. I'm going to switch back to the tabs here. All right. So that's your canned message, your portal invite. Next is the news feed. Now this applies to the subscription emails and it is independent of the portal. So what that means is that if you have any customer set up on an active subscription, they don't have to use the portal for these settings to affect them. This affects all subscriptions no matter what their portal status is. Okay, so here for newsfeed, you can select which statuses are to be displayed in the newsfeed in the portal newsfeed and subscription emails. The newsfeed contains the listing your contact has received via subscription email. If a status is set as show in portal, listings with that status will still display in the newsfeed, even when a listing status no longer matches the status that was defined in the original search. So what that means is, let's say, for example, you've got a customer set up on a property type search for active listings of a certain price, a certain area. So when the system finds a listing that meets your customer search criteria, it gets sent out. Now, once it's sent out, it's in the status of what the search criteria is. As the listing ages, it goes down the news feed and newer listings come at the top. Imagine you're on your Twitter feed or your Facebook feed. You're looking at the newest posts at the top and the older posts move down the wall. That's basically what the news feed is. So this is basically saying that if a listing that a customer has previously received that matched their search criteria, if the status changes, maybe to pending, maybe to sold, maybe to expire, did you still want the news feed to reflect that change? This is where you can tell it to show it in the news feed or not. So here I've got it set to show any active listings. Delayed listings won't show because delayed listings don't get sent out in the subscription emails, although they are viewable in the customer's portal search. And we'll visit that in a later webinar. But I've got not to show pending listings, sold listings, or expired listings. I have that set to off. So what's green is on to show in portal. What's gray is off to not show in portal. Okay, and remember these are global settings, so they apply to all of your customers that's on a subscription. Okay, close that. Next is the default subscription settings. All right, so these are the triggers that determine when a listing goes out as an update on a subscription email. And again, this is independent of the portal. Okay, so my triggers are set to when a brand new listing comes on the market, new list number. If it meets a customer search criteria, I want to get it. If there's been a price change on a listing and maybe my customer didn't get it, but now it's in the range of my list price range, I want to get it. Or maybe I've gotten it before and it's still within price range, I'll get it again. Do I want to see anything that goes unsold? No. Unless your search criteria has off market, like sold, pending, expired, me having this set to off, they won't get it. But if it's in their search criteria, regardless of if it's on or off, they'll get it. Any open house dates being added to a listing, I have that set as a trigger. No pending listings. Any listings that have gone back on market. So if a listing was temporarily withdrawn and they put it back on the market as active, I'll get it. If a listing was expired and it got put back on the market with the same list number, that means I'll get it. That trigger means that I'll get it. Extensions are merely the expiration date being extended out on a matching listing. If you want that as a trigger, you can turn that on. And then status change. These are the listings that flip from delayed to, these include the listings that flip from delayed to active status. Delayed listings do not go out via subscription email. They are searchable manually in the system, and you can manually email them out. If you have active and delayed saved in a customer's search, they are viewable within the portal search, not the news feed, but the search. Two different things, and that will be explained in a future webinar. Okay, this button, use inherited defaults, that's just what the MLS board defaults that we have set for the program are. Okay, close that. Next is the listing content options. Here you can choose which content appears by default for your customers when they view listings in the portal. Okay, so did you want them to be able to view open house dates? Did you want them to be able to view any documents? Did you want them to be able to view tax information? And did you want them to be able to view history on listings? So you choose what you want them to view. And again, this is global. It'll apply to everyone. Okay. Next is the emailed listing links. This is where you select where your contacts will be directed when they click a link in the subscription email. You can use the default set by MLS or select another option. Okay, so this means that when that subscription email goes out, and again, this is independent of the portal, you can choose to have it open up in the news feed, which is the MLS default. You can choose to have it open up just to the listings that were in that emailed update, or to open to the listings, all of the listings that are currently matching that search criteria. So I'll show you what the news feed is, and I'll save that. I'll go to an email that I had sent earlier. All right, so here it is, my subscription email. So when I click the View Listings button, this will open up to the news feed, meaning any listings that were sent to the customer by subscription email. That will be the news feed. And they go in range of the latest listings down through the feed. So as you scroll down the list, this is where you see the listings. And it's saying it's viewing 10 of 61, and you just go through the pages to view the next page of listings. And to look at a listing, you just click right on the listing to open it up. And you can scroll through the photos and scroll through here. There's the documents. So if you want to access the documents on the listings, you can. Moving down. There's the taxes and the room's information. Okay. All right. I'm just going to close this. Okay. The second way that you can have these email links to open is by the emailed listings. So whatever listings were included in that email update, it will only open to those listings. So going back to my email, I changed that setting. So there's 6 listings that were in this email update. So when I click View Listings, it should only open up to those 6. And there they are, the emailed listings on that date, those 6. Okay. And then the last option is to show the save search, which means not only will it open to the updated listings in that email that was sent, but it will open to the entire listings of that search. Whatever's matching that search criteria, it will open to those. So that way they can see their new updated listings for their search and the ones that are still matching their search criteria if they want to compare. So I'll save that setting, go back to my email, hit View Listings. Okay, so that's the name of my search, 2Type 53207. All right, and these are the listings that are currently matching my search criteria. There's 39. And again, to page through the listings, you've got the little page buttons at the bottom. All right. Okay, going back to my Flex tab. And then the last button that you see here, Other, this will allow you to switch to the Classic portal. There's two types of portals in the system that you can use. The classic portal is what we started off with some years ago. The new portal has been recent within the last couple years. If you have a preference, you can go back and forth. If you are a newer agent, you're going to be on the new portal by default. You may notice if you talk to some other coworkers in your office who have been around for some time, they're probably on the classic portal. So if you ask them questions and you guys are comparing and things look a little different, that's probably because they're on classic and you're on new. If you decide you want to use that version that they have, you can always use this button to switch to classic portals. It won't throw anything off. It's just switching it to the classic version. If you have any questions about classic portal, check out the webinar series marked classic portals, and it will show you how the classic portals work. All right. And if you've made any changes in this screen, you go ahead and you hit save at the bottom. I may have to go click on something else to get that button to refresh for me. All right. Oh, I didn't make any changes. That's why it's not light up. Thank you. All right. So just to show you, I'm going to go here to a logon screen to my portal. So this is my portal URL that you'll see here, p.flexmls.com / and then my portal URL. Now, one thing to note, if you have a contact file, and I'm just going to switch screens here and go into contact management, I know many people will set up a contact with a subscription going to several different email addresses here. The portal is different. It's one portal per contact file. So if you've got more than one email address set up on a customer's file here, the email address that will be used to log on to the portal will be the primary email address. That's the one that's in the first position here. So whatever email address you've got in this first position, that is the username that they will need to log onto the portal. So they're all sharing the same login credentials for their portal. They may be getting subscriptions to their own email addresses, but the portal does not work that way. Okay, so I'll switch back here to the logon screen. So this is the login screen. And if I had any listings, it would show my active listings here in the screen. Okay, but that's my business card that's here. To log in, you click log in at the upper right hand corner, enter in the primary email address that's on the file, and click log in, and this will log you into the portal. This will conclude our webinar on reviewing the portal preferences section for the new portal in FlexMLS.